Get my shirt together. All right. All right. What's going on, guys? How y'all living? Let's get this party started, shall we? Let me see where we are over here. Y'all bear with me. Let me get my mind right. All right, man, it's Sunday, so you know what time it is. Let me let everybody climb on up in this room. Glad to have y'all tuning in. Let me let folks know on the gram that we're live right now. All right, am I sounding good? I know I'm looking good, I'm smelling good, feeling good, but am I sounding good? You dig? I need to know that. I need that affirmation. I'm damn sure about everything else, but I want to make sure everything else is popping. Let me let everybody know on the gram that we're here. And by the way, I got on that North Sentinel Island University shirt. You can get that at TariqElite.com or HiddenColorsFilm.com, ladies and gentlemen. Let me let everybody know. Let me get on the gram and let them know that we doing our thing right now. Y'all just bear with me for a few seconds. After I do this, we're going to be in pocket. All right? Y'all just bear with me for a second. And while I'm doing that, again, go to TariqElite.com. Get the North Sentinel Island shirts. TariqElite.com. Let me let them... Hold on. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm live on YouTube right now. I'm giving a review for the Us movie, so swipe up and tune in right now. All right. And once I do that, we here. Hold on. But I hope you guys saw the Us movie. Hope y'all saw it. We're going to get deep into that tonight. All right, we're good to go. I'm here with you now. I just did what I had to do. All right, let's get it in. All right, let everybody, still more people piling up in the room. We still got people piling up in the room. All right. Let me let more folks get on up in here. We just let folks know that we're on live right now. So let me give folks a chance to come on through. And by the way, while I'm getting it popping, y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button right now. Let's make this a top streaming broadcast tonight. I want to get up to a couple of thousand people before I start giving the movie review. The Mueller thing. I know people are talking about the Mueller thing. I could care less. I really could care less about the whole thing. Did Trump collude and all that old stuff? At this point, I don't care. That makes no difference whatsoever. It doesn't matter. That doesn't change our status, to be honest. And that's how we got to start thinking. We got to get into that mindset. Truth be told, collusion or not collusion, it doesn't matter, because what happens to us is very imperative. And look, let me tell y'all something. This is what black folks need to understand. Whatever they do to Trump, the backlash is going to hit us. Whatever they do to Trump, the backlash is going to come to us. If they were to impeach Trump, do you know how many black folks will be attacked? Which I don't care if they do or not or whatever, but the thing is that they were to impeach Trump. Do you think the Democrats are going to protect us from the backlash? Remember when Obama got elected, there was a backlash, and the backlash was killing us in large numbers. Obama nor the Democrats, nobody did anything to protect us. I could give less than a damn about that. We got to look out for what's going on with us. This is why we need reparations in the form of cash payments. We need checks on a regular basis. Do you understand? I don't give a damn about the Mueller thing. I don't care about impeachment. I don't care about none of that. Who's going to cut the check? We got to start thinking in those terms. Because whenever something happens between the right wing and the left wing of white supremacy, because that's all it is. All we're doing now is going back and forth over the right and left wing of white supremacy. Whenever they have an argument or bickering, it's all about who gets to mistreat us the most. We're always the prize. It's always who's going to mistreat us. And how can they trick us to go along with it? That's what they've been doing. They've been tricking us to go along with our own abuse without getting anything out of it. They come around us talking all of that kumbaya, talking all of that diversity and inclusiveness nonsense. They never talk that around nobody else. They talk that around us. We go for it. We participate in the system. So when they abuse us, they be like, well, you elected us. I mean, come on. So this is why if they don't bring that check, we don't participate. You understand? This is why you don't participate in a system like that. A system that you get nothing out of. And they keep promising trickle-down benefits that never trickle down to you. Hold on, my kids are playing with the damn door. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, looking back during the Civil War again, when the white people in the North, when they realized that they were being drafted, they just started attacking innocent black people in New York. They just started to attack innocent black people in New York for no reason. Didn't have nothing to do with nothing. You in? What do we do if they don't give reparations? Well, we let them fall and implode on themselves. We just simply don't support them. We drop out of supporting them. We simply just don't support them. You understand? Let me explain something to you. We talked about this before, when you have a system where people don't want to participate in that system, when they know that that system is not going to help them, and that's where we are as foundational Black Americans. We live in a system that not only should we not participate in if we don't get anything, our system is actively against us based on race, openly. You see how many black folks are just getting killed with complete impunity? Down in Florida, the black man who was taking care of the special needs gentleman, he was laying on his back with his hands up. He got shot anyway, and the race soldier who shot him got off. So that's showing you, no matter what you do, no matter how innocent you are, so that just shows you all that stuff about Trayvon and Mike Brown being thugs and they beat up everybody. That just shows you it wasn't about them beating up nobody. They'll shoot you for any reason just for being born the wrong color. When people, when people realize that the system has been infiltrated and completely unfair and you don't have an exit strategy, that becomes dangerous for the system. You understand? Look at Paris, over there in Paris, France. You know, in Paris, France, they tearing shit up in Paris right now. In Paris, France, there are riots like crazy out there. They're going off on the establishment. Because they're raising prices, they're raising prices on people. So the people are in the streets right now. You understand? Other groups, they won't take that for a minute. They won't take you mistreating them for a minute. They start raising the prices on loaves of bread, people out there in France in the streets with Molotov cocktails. They got it popping in France right now. They're not going to take no mistreatment. The Yellow Vest Revolution, yeah. When people feel like you've given them no exit strategy, then it's time, people are like, well, I just might as well go for broke, which is what you should do. You should go for broke. We got this thing, black folks, that we believe, and we've been told that there's some type of honor in being abused and letting other people step and stomp and spit on us. We've been told there's some kind of honor with that. That's where those Boule Negroes come from. These Negroes who all meet up down there in Selma. Let me tell you something. Whenever you see these Negroes meeting up in Selma, those are the trick bag Negroes. They go out there and with John Lewis and just talk about so much dignity it took to get your ass whooped on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. There's no dignity in that. You dig? And again, at this point, the white supremacists are not even lying about why they're murdering us. See, with Zimmerman and the Mike Brown, they at least lied, and they could all get around a lie, which they knew that Mike Brown didn't beat up that man. They knew that Trayvon Martin didn't beat up Zimmerman. But the white supremacists knew, get on code with the same lie. So now they don't even have to get a lie anymore. You can get shot on camera, like out there in Pennsylvania. The race soldier shot a teenage black boy. He was running for his life and got shot in the back, killed this child, and the race soldier got off. And they shot this kid on film. Still let him off. Doesn't matter. You're getting killed because you're black. You're getting killed because you're born the wrong color. Black people, you're walking around, you are a target. Whenever you walk around, and black folks can play this game as long as they want to and be in denial about it. But when you walk around, at this point, a white supremacist can attack you for any reason, and most likely they will get off. That's where we are right now. They got him off on all counts. The system right now is in full open white supremacist mode. And what happened out there in PA, after the acquittal of that race soldier, do you know the offices of the lawyer representing the race soldier, his office got shot up. His office got shot up. See, that's when people get desperate. When you don't give nobody an exit, just like warfare, when you give somebody an exit, see, they've been giving us a fake exit for a long time, but the white supremacists are actually making mistakes now because they're not giving us an exit. They're letting us know, we'll kill you for any reason, for walking around, for a traffic violation, whatever you do, we'll kill you. And when you do that, they about to see something else pop off. Black folks are like, well, shit, I ain't got nothing to lose now. See, that's what happened in Haiti. When word got to the Haitians during the Haitian Revolution that Napoleon sent the word to kill all the Haitians, and we're going to bring back some Africa. We're going to go get a whole new crop of Africans. When the word got back that the Haitians were just going to die no matter what, they're like, we need to get it in then. Oh, so we fighting. That also happened in Missouri. And then, during the Civil War, you had these brothers, what was their name? The Kansas Infantry. What was their name? Hold on. The Kansas, I can't think of it, but it was the Battle of Island Mound. And as a matter of fact, speaking of documentaries, I'm thinking about doing a documentary about that. I was thinking about doing a buck breaking documentary, but I've been putting the word out that I'm trying to contemplate doing it. I'm gonna put that one off. That's already scaring folks. I've been putting the buck breaking idea out there just to get a feel, because I know that's a very dangerous topic to tackle. And already people are like, oh, Lord, you got to be careful with that, So half the people are saying yes, some people are saying no. I'm going to have to put that one off. Hidden Colors 5 is coming out this summer, so that's a done deal. Oh, no. With the buck breaking documentary, I got to do we got to break that down. So that one I'm gonna put it on hold. So I still should do it. I don't know. A lot of folks acting scared for me. I'll do it. If I got people, if I feel like motherfuckers are backing me up, I hate to do stuff and I'm the only one out there hanging. I need some people to hold me down. But that one, half the people are saying yeah, and half are saying, oh, Lord Jesus. Man. Because you're getting into dangerous territory. Some people, y'all saying do it. I don't know. So you scared for me? So Because again, that's some tricky territory right there. You dig? What's how in here? How does that look here? I don't know, man. You'll put 5,000 on the bucket. All right, look, y'all talking a good game. Look, what's the date today? Because if I do that, man, it's, when I do something, we got to go in. We got to go in. I'll see. By April 1st, I'll see. Either on April 1st, I'll start a crowdfunding for it or I won't. We'll see. I'll just put it that way. And we'll see. We'll see. I'll just say that. Because people are, oh Lord, people are hitting me up. Your eyes are bucking in the emails. Oh Lord Jesus, it's going to be too dangerous. I know. But I was talking about the Battle of Island Mound. That was a battle, and I was thinking about doing a documentary about that too. A lot of folks don't know about that. In Missouri, there were these the white supremacist Confederates. During the Civil War, there was a rebel group, a militia group, these black men who were outnumbered by the white supremacist Confederates, and they beat the brakes off of them. Why did they beat them? Because the Confederates, they already knew. The Confederates told them, we're not taking prisoners of war. If we capture you Negroes, we're killing you. So the brothers was like, oh, so we fighting. So it was about 400 white supremacists, Confederates, and around 250 brothers. And they beat the brakes off them white supremacists. And they don't tell you that in history. And what's interesting, they always downplay. Anytime we do something like that, that's why y'all never heard of that. Most people have never heard of that. The Battle of Island Mound. And they minimize it when they talk about it too. They call it a skirmish. They don't like calling it a battle. Well, it was a skirmish. It was a small battle. No, it was dozens of white people who got killed. They only killed like 6 black folks, 1 white person and 1 Native American. So they only killed like 6 black people, and the brothers killed like dozens of white folks. They don't like talking about that. So they try to minimize it. Oh, it was just a little skirmish. Well, the blacks had, the Union had given them some advanced weapons. Then they tried to give props to the guns. Well, they had long-range guns that were given to them by the Union. Oh, stop. Oh, stop. The Kansas Colored Volunteers. Yes, the Kansas Colored Volunteers. Oh, they were when you read it, when you read a lot of the history, oh, they do their best to down. That's what makes me want to do a documentary about that, to tell the truth. You're in Kansas? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they kind of hide that in history. Yeah, I'm going to get on the movie review right now. I'm going to get on that. Yeah, but they don't like talking about that. They call it skirmish, and they try to blame it was the guns that really did it. Stop. Yeah, so I would like to do something about that with that. That would be something interesting. But, said please do that first. Hilarious. Yeah, that's real talk. Neely Fuller said, expect to be alone. No backup is coming. That's real talk. That's real talk. And Mr. Fuller is absolutely correct with that. That's why I'm like, I want to get as much support as possible doing that, because I know I'm going to be a target with that. I already know. If I do that buck breaking thing, when you start going in on the racism within the LGBT community, now you get into dangerous territory, because people ended up missing. People end up missing doing that. When you start exposing who's behind the AIDS propaganda, oh man. And I've talked about stuff like this before. There was a brother, shout out to Ron Newt. Ron Newt was about to expose some stuff going on with the Michael Jackson thing and some of the people behind it, and that brother died. And they had Ron Newt's funeral yesterday in the Bay. I wanted to go up there. I only found out about it Friday night, because I've been asking people when the funeral was, and nobody knew. Then at the very last minute, they were like, yeah, the funeral's tomorrow morning. I'm like, God, man, I can't get to the Bay, on such short notice. But I did want to go up there. I saw a lot of folks I knew at the funeral, and shout out to the family. But A lot of folks, man, when you start exposing a lot of things, with that group, nobody knows what Ron died of, man. The cause of death of Ron Newt, it's been over a week since the brother died. Nobody knows the cause of death. Right now, as of now, nobody knows the cause of death of Ron Newt. Nobody knows it. So, and again, there was a brother, and I talked about him before, a brother named Zeers Miles. This brother was around during the 80s and early 90s. He was exposing a lot of stuff as it relates to AIDS and the racial component of it and the propaganda, how the racists and the LGBT community is putting a blackface on it and how they were using it. His brother's name was Zeers Miles. Most of you never heard of him. His name was Zeers Miles. And that brother mysteriously died in the 90s. Really before the internet got popping. That's why you rarely find anything of that brother. I got one of his books in here somewhere in my office. You remember Zeers Miles? Yeah, you got to be, underground, because his books were really circulating on the underground. And this brother had all types of receipts. They got rid of Zeers Miles' ass so fast. Was he? I think he might have been on Donahue. Yeah, DJ Scrap Dirty. Yeah, so I've talked about him before. But yeah, man, when you start getting into that, well, but no, man, my man, shout out to Gooch. Gooch sent me some information about the funeral the night before, and I'm like, I didn't make it. I didn't make it out there. But anyway, let's get into this movie review. All right. Now, how many of y'all saw the movie? If you saw the movie, press 1. Us. If you saw the movie Us, press 1. If you saw the movie Us, press 1. All right. If you saw the movie Us, press 1, ladies and gentlemen. And there's a lot of you who have not seen it. Hold on. You didn't see it yet? Okay. Now, let's be very clear. For those who have not seen it, I am going to give a lot of spoilers. I saw it twice. Yes, that's the kind of movie you have to see it twice. Yes, it's going to be spoilers. So, for the next 30 minutes, I would say just mute this. What time is it? It's 7:30 this time, like 8:07 or 10:07 your time out there in the East Coast. Tune back in with the volume. But I'm going to give spoilers, okay? Warning now, spoiler alert, you're going to get spoilers. So don't listen to this part unless you watch the film. Yes, I'm giving spoilers because there's a lot of stuff that I got to break down. It's a very deep movie. So I can't really break it down without giving the spoilers because there's so many deep little meanings and subliminals in there. So spoiler alert. So just listen to the playback later if you have not seen it. I want you to watch the movie before you listen to this playback. Okay? But I'm going to give spoilers. So don't hit me up. God damn, Tariq, you messed up the movie. I'm telling your ass, I'm giving spoilers. All right? I'm giving spoilers. Okay, people are typing in 11:11. Now, that was a theme in the movie. 11:11, that was a Bible verse. John 11:11. It was a Bible verse, and 11:11 means doorway. That's like a doorway reference. It's a portal or an entrance. Even look at the physiology of the letters. It's of the numbers. It's a doorway. I'm giving spoilers. Don't give spoilers. I'm giving spoilers because I got to break this stuff down. So just listen to it later. Yeah, Jeremiah 11:11. Yeah. So just listen to it later. All right. But first of all, about that movie, Lupita was phenomenal. Lupita was absolutely phenomenal in this movie. Jeremiah 11:11. Yes. Lupita has to get an Oscar award for this role. She got to get an Oscar award for this role. That sister was absolutely phenomenal. She killed that. Her range was incredible, and basically she played two characters against each other. So she was just phenomenal as both characters. That sister has to get nominated. She's a beautiful sister too, beautiful sister. But she was so phenomenal in this film. And what's interesting, this was her first leading role in a movie. This is her first leading role in a movie. So I don't see anybody topping. Am I tripping about? No, I'm giving this sister her props. Her performance was just completely phenomenal, man. I don't see anybody winning over her. If anybody wins an award over her, you got to be badass to win over her in that performance she did. Yeah, if they give anybody something over that, they playing, they BSing around. But she got it. She killed that. But the movie was about these doppelgangers, and that's a term for these twin, almost an evil twin demon. That's an old term for your for duality of yourself. In folklore, doppelgangers were your direct twin that had an evil connotation to it. This is why I'm giving spoilers. Listen, so I can't talk around the spoilers. So basically, the movie was about these clones that lived underground. At the beginning of the movie, they talked about there are a bunch of unused underground tunnels, railroads, corridors, mine shafts that goes thousands of miles underground, and nobody knows what the purpose is for. All right? So you had these people, there was an experiment by the government to clone every human being in the country and have the people underground, what they call tethereds, have them control the movement of the people above ground, but the experiment backfired. So now you got underground all these crazy people, you clone the human body, and as they reference in the movie, they couldn't really clone the soul. So these people would mimic what would happen on top of the earth, above ground, but below they just didn't have a soul, so they were just empty shells mimicking and basically living out a degenerate form of the lives of the people above. So down below, there's a lot of things with rabbits. They had to live off rabbits. They eat raw rabbit meat. Real spooky type of thing. And cloning is real, by the way. Cloning is real. Obviously those animals were cloned, and the rabbits, that was a symbol to fertility. What's interesting in the movie, Lupita's character went into this house of mirrors in 1986. It started off in 1986 when Lupita's character was looking at a Hands Across America commercial. All right, and that Hands Across America thing, that was a real big theme in the movie. This Hands Across America. Jordan Peele directed this. So Lupita goes into this house of mirrors. She sees a little girl who was her doppelganger, the tethered little girl who came from underground. And then it cut, and then we see Lupita grow up. And then there are flashbacks showing Lupita's life. And later on, and this is the big spoiler, so don't listen to this if you haven't seen the film. Later on in the film, it's revealed that the little girl and the girl from underground switched. The little girl from underground, the tethered girl, choked the real above ground girl, choked her, took her down, chained her up, and then the little girl from underground went and started living her life. okay? As for those who've seen the movie. Now, a lot of people are trying to say that the references in the movie are about privilege, status. If you really look deep into it, this movie is really about a slave rebellion. This movie is really about a slave rebellion. This movie is about a slave rebellion. So Lupita's character, as a girl, she went down, she got taken down below the ground and chained up like a slave. Then somebody took her place. When she grew up and the tethered people came back from underground and came to Lupita's house, notice Red, that was the character who was from underground. Red was talking with this raspy vocal inflection. And Red was the only one who could talk, and her throat was crushed because of how she was choked as a child by her other character. It's kind of hard to explain each Lupita's character. The one from underground was called Red. Also, if you notice, there were certain clues that were showing you that Lupita, above ground Lupita, Adelaide, what was her name in the movie? Was it Adelaide or something like that? Yeah, the thing where her neck was crushed, that was kind of, it was almost a lynching reference. But basically, the real girl was living below ground among the clones. But she was a real person living on the bottom, but the clone came up and was living the girl's real life. Notice the little clues. If you notice, when the whole family was eating food and fish or whatever they were eating, Lupita kept eating strawberries. They kept showing her eating fruit because I guess she didn't want to eat no more meat. She grew up on raw meat, so she didn't want to eat meat. She was eating those strawberries. You're eating strawberries and water. Also, the Red character from below the ground, she was the only one who could talk. The Red character was the only one who could talk. All the other people down there, they kind of grunted. They kind of just made these weird sounds. Also, the thing is, she said something very interesting when they asked, "Who are you people? What are y'all doing?" And the Red Lupita was like, "We're Americans." That was very heavy too. That almost had a thing where it's like, I'm you. We're Americans. We're the people. We're the foundation of this. That was a very interesting line. We're Americans. We're just like you. You said the father and son were made to look masculine. No. We'll get on that in a minute. But also, again, the basic theme of this movie was a slave rebellion narrative. All the people, when the Lupita character, Red, she planned a rebellion to go on top of the earth and bring all the other people with her. So she became the leader of the people on the underground. And look, they had on all these red jumpsuits that looked like prison uniforms, which is slavery, all of these little slave references. So Lupita was chosen by the tethered people because they saw that she was special because she was down there doing ballet. They knew something was different about her among them. So they chose her to be the leader. So she was planning to lead them up out of there. And you know what that was a reference to? That was Harriet Tubman. That was a reference to Harriet Tubman literally leading them through the Underground Railroad. That was Harriet Tubman leading them out of the Underground Railroad, literally. Another thing that a lot of people didn't catch. When the tethered came up from underground, look at the humans who were killed. They only killed white humans. Did y'all notice that? A lot of folks didn't catch this. The tethered people from underground, when they came up on the surface, they only killed white humans. Think about that for a minute. Stop it. Okay, somebody's trolling. Think about it. Think about it. Y'all, put your thinking caps on. None of the black humans got killed until the very end with Lapita, but that was underground. But on the top, on the surface, a lot of folks didn't catch that. Only the white humans got killed. Because again, the people on the underground, that was supposed to represent your black folks who were underprivileged. You dig? But even when they went around the city, all you saw were dead white people in the cars. You didn't see no dead black people in that movie. The only dead black people you saw were some of the tethered people who weren't really, weren't technically human. Yeah? But all the dead people you saw in that movie were white. Yeah? Their friends were killed. Yeah, they were white. And not only that, when they started killing the white people, look at what they started playing. They started playing "Fuck the Police." There was the white couple. They were at their house, and they had like the voice controlled music thing. And when they came in, when the tethered people came in, killing their white counterparts, the woman was like, call the police. And then the thing started playing "Fuck the Police," and like, "Fuck the police coming straight from the underground." So, "Fuck the Police," that was the theme song of the LA riots, by the way. When black folks were rising up. Alexa, right, Alexa. Yeah, and the guy made a reference to O.J. Simpson. Y'all caught that? The guy made a reference to O.J. Simpson. The wife was like, "Hey, sweetie, there's somebody outside." And he was kind of a douche. So he was like, "Ain't nobody out here." "Ooh, I see somebody." "Ooh, it's O.J. Simpson." And then some white people, his white counterparts, came in and started slicing them up while "Fuck the Police" was playing. That was gangster on the low. My man slipped that in there. He's slipping in a lot of stuff in there that a lot of folks ain't catching. He's slipping in a lot of stuff that they're not catching. Now, y'all talking about the dad. Now, the dad, they made the dad very deliberately goofy. The dad was real goofy in the movie. The black dad. And notice one thing, the film kept showing how a lot of our human vanity could be our downfall to a certain degree. The vanity is an impediment. For example, the young daughter of Lapita and the husband, she was a very gifted track runner, but she was lazy. She was slacking off. She didn't want to do it. She just wanted to be a slacker, just sit around and listen to her iPhone and just kind of BS around. Until those others came in, the tethered people came in and made her step her game up. She had to get to running. She had to use her athletic ability. She had to use her fighting skills. She had to use her surviving skills. So that made her step up and be the best person she was meant to be. You see? So a lot of their vanity was being exploited. And it was their others, the evil twins, were making them step out of the vanity that held them back. And the dad, look at the vanity that he had. Look at his thing was about trying to one-up the white man who was his friend. Notice this, in the movie, the black man kept complaining about all the stuff his white friend had. "Man, he got a new car. Man, he's always trying to mess with me, man. Damn, man, he got a new car. He got a new boat. I want to get a boat." Everything the white man was getting, the black man would get a little dilapidated version of it. The white man got a boat, so the black man got this raggedy boat, and this boat is teetering around, and now he's fighting on this boat, and the boat is shutting off, and this man has to fight for his life on this boat. And notice that last scene where he got into a fight on the boat, he was like, "I'm done with boats." So meaning that he's gotten over that vanity thing. Yeah, he got a flare gun and all this stuff. Yeah, anything the white man wanted, the black man wanted a part of it. He wanted to be like that white guy. That was a very pivotal thing in there too. Like, stop trying to covet them. Yeah? What's up with the Hands Across America reference? I'm going to get on that in a minute. Very good question. I'll get on that. Also, remember the white woman who was the wife of the douchebag white man? She was vain. You know, she was kind of vain, drinker. She had plastic surgery. Remember when she had that conversation with Lupita about plastic surgery? So her other came in and killed her, and noticed that her other was all in the mirror, grinning, putting on makeup, and then the other started kind of cutting her face. Yeah. That's her name, Kitty? Yeah. Yeah, the boat was janky. Again, this brother was so desperate trying to be like his white counterpart. Yeah. But that Hands Across America scene was very pivotal. And it was a big theme throughout the movie because in the 80s, in 86 is when that happened. Hands Across America was something that actually happened where, you know, it was a big PR thing for America to try to show how diverse we are and we're just one big happy country. We're all the same. So we're going to all get together for 15 minutes on a certain day in 1986. We're going to all hold hands on some kumbaya. So you juxtapose that to what was happening in America in 1986. What was really happening in America? 1986, the crack epidemic was at the height of its zenith. You got all these people out here talking about holding hands, kumbaya, and Reagan and all of them, they were all in on this stuff. And Reagan and those cats, they flooded the inner city with crack. Yeah, May 26, 1986, the crack was ravishing the inner cities of America in 1986. Crack and AIDS. You understand? If you look at the movie, the Us movie, everything was all hunky-dory on the surface, but underground, you saw how those people were living and acting. The tethered people were acting like crackheads. You see? If you look at those tethered people, when they showed how they were they were in there acting like crack addicts. So that was that Hands Across America thing, was to juxtapose what was really happening underground, what was really going on, and the issue of what was happening, because now what was happening underground is rising to the surface. Yeah? Yeah, that underground thing, that looked like an 80s crack den. That's what crack dens used to look like. When people would go smoke crack, that's what that shit would look like. They look like a bunch of junkies and zombies. So it's very good that he would juxtapose that. And also, you saw the Michael Jackson references with the Thriller t-shirts that the little girl had on. Also, you notice many of the tethered people, Lupita and the family, they had on one glove. And that whole Thriller thing, you come from underground. So there was a lot of Thriller references in that. But again, the main theme of that was rebellion. It was like a slave revolt. You're revolting and you're rebelling against the system. You know? It was a slave revolt. They were rebelling against the system. Now, another thing in the movie that a lot of folks don't catch, we know that the Lupita's character, she ended up being one of the tethered people from underground. A lot of folks didn't catch the son, Jason. The son, and this is for people who've seen the movie, at least this is why you got to see the movie twice. The son, Jason, he was a tethered person too, but they just never revealed it. But they gave clues. The son, Jason, was a tethered person too. Y'all catch that? My man Jordan Peele left a lot of clues in the movie. Yeah, the son was switched too. They never admitted it though. They never revealed when it was done. The son, Jason, remember? No, Jason was switched. Remember when they kept saying grandma died a year ago? Yeah, listen, look at the clues. Let's look at the clues. Okay? A lot of folks didn't peep that. The son, Jason, that's why he started acting weird. Let me give you some of the clues. when Jason, the son, they kept talking about how Jason has been acting different since Grandma died a year ago. And there was a fire a year ago. Okay? They kept talking about how different Jason has been acting. So he's been acting different, so they just kind of chopped it up to Grandma dying. No, I don't think he got switched at the beach. I think he got switched a year ago. Remember how the family kept saying, Jason, where are you getting these words from? He kept saying a lot of crazy words. He kept saying a lot of crazy stuff. He kept cursing. They're like, Jason, where'd you get that? And he was like telling his sister, you can kiss my anus. I'm like, oh, Jay, where are you getting these? Where are you learning these words from? And he was saying real weird stuff. When you remember when they were at the dinner table and his dad was like, Jason, you better stop using that language. And he was like, when you point a finger at one person, 3 fingers point back at you. What the hell are you talking about? So the son was saying weird stuff in the movie. The son was saying little weird stuff in the movie. So remember, Lupita's character, the Underground Red, I'm thinking that she's been having, because she knows how to get back up. So I'm thinking she's going up and down because she's been planning the whole rebellion thing for years. If you notice, she said, for years, I'm planning this whole rebellion. So the little boy, I'm thinking Jason got switched out a year ago, learned how to speak from Red, because Red was the only one who could speak. So he learned how to speak from Red about a year or so ago. Okay? Also, more clues that above ground Jason was a tethered who learned how to speak on the, who learned how to speak from being underground. Because again, if Jason was a tethered, no, I'm not reaching, just listen to what I'm saying. If Jason was a tethered, that means he lived underground with Red until he was, how old was the Jason character in the movie? How old was the Jason character in the movie? I'm trying to remember how old they said he was. What, like 10 or 11? So if he lived underground with Red, I'm thinking, I'm telling y'all he was switched. I'm telling you he was switched. Listen to me. So he was about 9 years old. Okay, so he lived underground with Red, and plus he was a hybrid. He was half tethered, half human, because remember, Red underground was really a human. So he lived underground until he was 9 years old, 8 years old. He learned how to talk through Lupita's character, Red. So that's why when he's above ground now, he's using all these words that the family's never heard of. Why are you saying that? I'm going to get on the face thing in a minute. I'll get on that. I'll get on that in a minute. Now also, you don't think, I think so. Listen, I think so. I think he was a tethered. Jason could talk. Now, notice how weird Jason was acting weird through the whole movie. When they were on the beach, remember when they were playing in the sand? Jason was building tunnels. He wasn't building sandcastles. He was on the beach building tunnels. And remember, the two white girls was like, hey, your brother's weird. But his voice wasn't strained like Lupita because he wasn't choked like Lupita. That's why. Lupita the Red character only talked in a choked voice because she was choked as a child. But he wasn't choked, so he learned how to talk through her. He was on the beach making some damn tunnels. What the hell is he making tunnels for? So yeah, they were kind of making it seem like he had Asperger's syndrome. No. Dude was a tethered. Also, notice when they were in the car. This is another giveaway. And let's go back. Even remember when they went to the beach and they got home, Lupita saw a picture that was drawn of Jason looking at the homeless man with his hands dripping. And then the mom was like, Lupita was like, what's this? Who's this? I don't know. As if he didn't even draw it. But why is he looking at himself in the third person? That was another thing. Why is he drawing himself in the third person from behind? He's drawing himself from behind, which is real weird. Yeah, he drew a picture of a clone. Remember, there was a picture of a clone. He drew a picture of a, like, why is he drawing a picture of himself from the back? It was real weird. Now, remember when the Red family came to the door and the dad was out there trying to be tough and all that, and the dad came in the house and the dad was like, Jason, get my bat. Jason was like, what bat? As if you're supposed to know what the bat was, and the daughter immediately picked the bat up and gave it to the dad. That was another clue. That was another clue. Yes, he drew himself from the back. That was very weird. But remember the whole bat thing. Go get my bat. He didn't know what the bat was. And his dad said it like, you should know what the bat. The way he said it was like he was supposed to know where the bat was, and the bat was like literally right there. See, there's so many little clues they were giving. Yeah? This is another giveaway. They were throwing a lot of clues out there. Remember when they were in the car listening to I Got Five on it? Lupita was trying to get Jason to get on beat. Remember, she was like, Jason, let's keep the beat. When they looked at Jason's hand in the car, he didn't know how to snap his fingers. He was snapping his fingers backwards. He was snapping his fingers backwards. Like he didn't know how to snap his fingers. That was keeping a rhythm was off. She was kind of offbeat and he was offbeat. You notice that? He couldn't snap his fingers. I want y'all to follow me on this one. Also, keep that in mind. He couldn't snap his fingers. Also, remember this. Remember he kept trying to do the magic trick and he couldn't do it? They were like, well, you used to could do the magic trick, but I can't do it no more. He kept trying to do this magic trick and he couldn't do it. Like he couldn't remember how to do it. That's because he was switched. And because his clone was underground, every time he would do the magic trick and fail on ground, his clone would do it with matches underground and he would burn his face over and over again. That's why his face was burned over and over again. All right? Now, this is when Lupita knew that Jason was switched. Remember the scene when they were driving and then they saw their car burning up and then you had Jason with the mask on. His name was Pluto. When Red and all those guys came, the son was acting like a pet. And remember, let's go back, when the son came home to the family house, he was like, Mom, can we get a dog? He was obsessed with animals. They said the kid loved pets, he loved animals. He was obsessed with animals. So I guess when he got switched, he started taking on the characteristics of animals and rabbits, because you're living down there with a bunch of rabbits. So this is why he's walking like a dog. He's climbing trees. He's jumping all over the place. And remember, Pluto, which is the real Jason, Pluto never killed anybody. Pluto wasn't mean. He wasn't trying to stab anybody because he was a real human. The Pluto was a human. The above ground Jason, that was the real clone. Remember the Pluto was trying to, interact with Jason. You saw that? And notice how Pluto was cozying up to Red, holding Red's hand, being affectionate. You got to catch all that stuff. Yeah, he didn't have any scissors. He wasn't trying to kill anybody. Now, let's fast forward to when they were driving and they saw Pluto standing out there in front of the burning car. And Lupita was like, hold on, let me go out here and handle this. So she walked up to Pluto. Pluto started snapping his fingers correctly. You saw that? He started snapping his fingers correctly, which let her know, I'm your son. You know? Why didn't Pluto go to his real mother? He was letting her know what was up. The above ground Lapita, that was his real mother. And then she realized it. That's why when he was snapping his fingers, she was like, come here. She was like, oh, don't go in the fire. She was trying to save him. And Jason started backing up because all of their movements were mimicked. So Jason started backing up, making Pluto back up. And she was trying to save Pluto because she realized that was her son. And that she was sad that he died because that was her son. The tethered do not control above ground people. But remember, some of them, remember, it was an experiment where they could control each other to a certain degree. Now that they were both above ground, it was like a battle of who can control who. Now that they're both above ground, it was all about who can control who. It was a power thing. Remember, because you can't say, well, the people on the bottom, they can't control. No, this is why the people on the bottom were killing the people on top. They were trying to take control of their destiny. They were trying to get a soul. They were trying to take control of who they were. So that's where the struggle came in. You see? That's what this whole thing was about. It was about a struggle. You're trying to conquer yourself. You know? So in the grand finale, when they were fighting, and also there were hints throughout the movie where Lapita kept, the above ground Lapita kept making these crazy sounds when she would kill somebody, grunting. Yeah. And at the end, when she killed Red, she's grunting and all this old stuff. And the Jason character, he's looking at Lapita real funny. Now they're looking at each other a little funny style. Because a lot of people think, well, is Jason looking at Lapita like, is this my real mom? That's not why he was looking at her. That's not why Jason was looking at her like that. He was probably looking at her, I think he was looking at her like, does she know that I'm a tethered? I wonder if she knows if I'm a tethered. And if you saw at the end, when Jason was in the front seat with her, Jason was holding a rabbit. Like, I'm about to go eat this thing when I get to the crib. So he's sitting there with a rabbit at the end. Yeah? So it's real heavy stuff. Yeah, now the Pluto character couldn't speak because his mouth was burned. So that's why he couldn't say, hey, look, you my mama. He couldn't say that. So his face was burned. So it's a real heavy movie, man. You got to watch the movie. And a lot of folks didn't catch the rabbit. He's sitting there with a rabbit. Like, but when I get home, I'm gonna get some barbecue sauce on this rabbit. So it's like, does she know that I'm from down there? Because I know she must be from down there. The tethered couldn't control humans. They could kill humans, dude. If they can kill humans, again, they're trying to flex their free will. The tethered went down, they rose up, and that's what the whole thing was about. Because remember, the experiment was about the tethered controlling the people above ground. That's what the whole experiment was about, but it was a failed experiment. Yeah? So it's a cool movie. Yeah, they shared the same soul to a certain degree. So it's a good movie. So the bottom line is so many things to think about, so many things to unpack in the movie. The movie, it has a theme about really conquering your demons. It talks about, that whole red line thing, redlining, that's kind of a reference to that old school gentrification where they would, keep black folks out of certain neighborhoods. Again, the slave rebellion theme was heavy in it. So there's so many things to unpack, and it's just a genius film. And the brother's a great writer. The film was beautifully shot. Yeah, again, y'all need to see it again, see the movie again, pick up on all the clues, especially with the Jason thing. A lot of folks don't catch the Jason thing. You dig? A lot of clues in there. So, the film has a real Hitchcocky vibe. The film has a very, very strong Hitchcock vibe. And I think it's the film itself is just going to really do good in the academies next year. You dig? Spoilers are over. Spoilers are over. No more spoilers. All right? Spoilers are over. What time? 8? Okay, I went over a little bit, but the spoilers are over. So no spoilers no more. So you go see the movie. I gave out all the spoilers. You dig? Yeah, she wanted to go to Mexico again because she knew she had to get away from here where all those underground tunnels were. Because there ain't no underground tunnels in Mexico like that. That's why she wanted to leave the country. Yeah. Yeah, the Twilight Zone kind of did something like that before, too. Oh, yeah, a lot of clues in there. Yeah, it got like 70 million this weekend. So that movie is crushing them. It's going to crush them. And man. But great movie. Great movie. Definitely go see it. You're going to have to see it a couple of times. You got to see that movie a couple of times. But a lot of folks didn't catch that, the people who were getting killed in the movie. And Lupita is definitely beautiful. Beautiful sister. Beautiful sister. Speaking of killed, there was a sister, Amber Evans, and I talked about her about a month ago. There was a sister, this black woman. She worked with a lot of these white women's organizations. She's out there protesting. She works with a lot of those Me Too women's march groups and all that. This is in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio. Amber Evans was missing in January. They found her, she turned up missing after an argument with her boyfriend. They said she had some kind of argument with her boyfriend, and this sister just disappeared by some river out there in Columbus. And for a month, nobody wanted to check the damn river because they said it was too cold. So they finally got around to checking the river, and they dug this sister's body out the damn river this weekend after a month. And whenever something like this happens, who's the first person you look at? Whenever some woman turns up missing, who's the first person you look at? What's that river? The Scioto River? Whenever you get killed or whenever you turn up missing, all law enforcement, all investigators, they always say the same thing. The main suspect is usually going to be the significant other. When I saw the initial story about her turning up missing, after having a disagreement with her boyfriend, having an argument with the boyfriend, and I noticed they never mentioned who the boyfriend was or they never mentioned he was a suspect, I said, wait a minute, this mama must be white. That's the first thing I thought. He must be white. Sure enough, I looked it up. He's white. They didn't even mention his name or nothing. I'm like, wait a minute, this sister just missing? Wait, she had an argument with her boyfriend. She's missing, and the article ain't naming him. They ain't putting his name out there, his picture. He's not a suspect. Oh, Let me find him. Sure enough, he's white. All right. They ain't even looking for the body. So he's white. Oh, yeah. So he's white. So they find this system. They find her body. And all of these white women's groups are like, oh, we're so sorry about what happened. Oh, that's just so horrible. Our condolences. All these people are talking about our condolences, our condolences, our condolences. And none of them are saying, wait, what happened? Nobody said, hey, by the way, how'd she end up dead? Only condolences. That was another red flag. All these white women's groups, the Women's March official site, all of them are talking about our condolences. What are y'all talking about? Y'all not going to ask what happened? What you mean, your condolences? Why are you not asking what happened? Why y'all not saying, hey, is there a reason she's in the bottom of a damn river for a month? They don't want to say what happened because that means we're going to have to start investigating. And when you investigate, the first person you're going to investigate is the damn boyfriend. This was in Columbus, Ohio. This was in Columbus, Ohio. So when you investigate, naturally you're going to go for the boyfriend. And so all these white women's groups with their fake condolences, and what I don't like are these Negroes, these Sambo Negroes. Let me show y'all my Twitter. Because I've been getting into it with some of these Negroes. Some of these Sambo Negroes caping. So I'm up here like, okay, what happened to this woman? And let me find this stuff. Hold on. Hold on one second. Where's this dude right here? So, okay, I put this on here. I'm asking questions about this woman. So one of these shea butter Negroes hit me up because I tweeted about it a month ago. I'm like, I got stuff. This is a month ago where I'm talking about her and her boyfriend right here. This is her and her boyfriend. I'm the only person, the only journalist that put his picture out there. I'm like, I'm not making any kind of accusation, but I'm like, okay, ain't nobody gonna say does what he knows about this. Her boyfriend, Mark Kondo, I'm not saying guilt or not guilt, but I'm like, ain't nobody gonna ask questions. So I tweeted today, a black woman named Amber has been confirmed dead. She was reporting long ago. Here's a tweet I made. Where's this Negro? Where's this Negro? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Negroes hopping in my damn timeline. Okay, where is that? Where is that? Okay, here it is. He tweeted one of these shea butter Negroes framing this situation to suggest her ex-boyfriend is the one who did it is very irresponsible. And it's already been refuted. By who? Nobody's refuted nothing. By all accounts from people close to Amber. Her ex-boyfriend is the last person you should be looking at. The domestic dispute was a breakup. So this is a little Negro already caping for Zaddy. There was another mammy bedwench in here caping too, talking about her boyfriend was a good man. And get the hell out of here. Hell, Jeffrey Dahmer, they said he was a good man. What the hell that mean? When have you ever heard of a person saying a white suspect was a bad man? Now, this same Negro, look at these tweets. Hold on. This is the same Negro right here. Whatever his name is. This is some tweets that he made before. Black men have got to do a better job at protecting our women. He's one of these Negroes that run around showing out the white women talking about toxic masculinity. Here's another tweet this Negro made. Shake my head. Black men really be the white people of our community. That's that root, Me Too, shea butter, Negro, moist talk. Now, this is him, a dead black woman, because I talked about there's a dead black woman who was found in the river. Nobody's saying how she got there, and you're on here caping for white daddy. He's up here talking about a dead black woman whom I actually knew and by all accounts was loved by that white man. These Negroes sicken me, man. These Negroes sicken me. That Me Too crowd, shea butter crowd, their whole existence is all about saving white daddy. They protect white daddy at all costs. Do you know how dangerous Negroes like that are? I can't stand these Negroes. And black folks, we're going to have to stop being dumb and playing silly and being in denial about what's happening out here. Family, these white supremacists, man, they've set it up where regular white supremacists have now been deputized against us. Now, we can play with that if we want to. We can play dumb and put on the cape for white daddy all you want to. That ain't going to save you. Have y'all noticed lately how black people hanging around their white friends are ending up dead? Shout out to everybody in this damn room right now. We got a lot of folks in here. Everybody press the like button and then press the subscribe button right here, right now, where we at. Press the like button and press the subscribe button right now. Everybody who's in here. Right over here. All right? Boom, boom, boom. The like button and subscribe button right here. Everybody press that. But family, have you guys noticed about all these black people hanging around with their white friends are ending up dead and nobody's getting prosecuted? The Amber was with her white boyfriend. She's found in a damn river and the police talking about ain't no foul play. How ain't no foul play and you in a river for a month? There was a black woman in Tennessee who was dating a white boy. She went to a pool party with her white friends. She ended up drowning in the pool. Nobody knows why. Nobody got prosecuted. This happened in Tennessee not too long ago. Down there in Georgia, in Forsyth County. Forsyth County is an infamously racist-ass community out there in Georgia. This black woman was at like some kind of slumber party with a bunch of other white women. The next morning, she dead. She fell out of a window. So she's on the ground dead. They said there's all types of bruises on this woman's face. So she's at this party with a sleepover with these white women. She's the only black person there. Now she dead and ain't nobody prosecuted. Tamala Horsford. Didn't she have like 6 kids or something? So she's up here with these white women, dead as hell, and nobody's a suspect. And they said she fell off a damn ledge. Family, look, Ed Buck. It's multiple dead black men are in Ed Buck's apartment. Nobody's doing anything to Ed Buck. You see what's going on here, family? Do you think these are coincidences where you hanging out with your white friends and all of a sudden you dead and nobody's a suspect? These people are on code. We're being allowed to be purged by these folks. These are not coincidences. You won't find somebody dead in a black person's house and the black person ain't no damn suspect. If a person is dead in a black person's house, everybody in that neighborhood is going to jail. We're being purged for real. These folks are given a green light to kill us with impunity. You understand? And that Amber Geiger situation, and again, that Renee Hall, that police chief down there protecting them. Remember when Amber Geiger went in that black man's house and killed him? And the Negro Mammy police chief was out there caping for Renee Hall. Well, down there in Texas, a white supremacist beat up a sister over a parking spot. He went out there, drew a gun on her, and then she tried to call 911. He slapped the phone out of her face. She tried to defend herself, and he started beating this woman all in her face. He got arrested, got charged with misdemeanors, got $2,000 bail, and quickly got out. They've deputized these white supremacists against us, family. They've deputized them against us. And then they sent their mammy, Renee Hall, which is shameful, to do her Sambo-splaining for why they let that white supremacist out. Renee Hall, her job is to protect white supremacy. Dallas police, and just down there in Dallas, it's loaded with these white supremacists. The police force is loaded with these white supremacists. The Dallas police chief is black, but she's a powerless token. This is why, black folks, we got to stop thinking that them putting a black person in a certain position is progress for us. It is not. It is not progress. What they do, they practice white supremacy and then get a black face to hide behind. Let me show y'all the press conference that Renee Hall did, where she gave her nothing burger statements. Now, this ain't even a cop. See, we think, well, she's protecting cops. This is just a civilian white supremacist that she's protecting. Now, listen to her Sambo-splain. They put her out there, her and them damn eyelashes. This woman kills me with these big fluttery damn eyelashes she always got on and her Gladys Knight wig. Her and them eyelashes out there fluttering with her non-statement. Listen to this.
Made the arrest and did the charges that...
Oh, let me take it back.
Made the arrest and did the charges that they deemed not I won't say necessary, but the ones that they had all of the evidence for at that particular point in time. The process is that the investigators who actually received the case will review all evidence relative to the case and look for any enhancements of videos, consult with the district attorney's offices about any other charges that may be necessary for this case. So we're not at the end of...
Oh, stop. This is Sambo-splaining. And somebody asked her if she saw the video. Oh, I haven't seen the video yet. The video's going viral. How have you not seen the video and the video's going viral? See these non-answers that they push her out there to give? She saw that video. Well, we don't have to. What else? What is there to investigate? That's why she had to say she didn't see the video yet, because how are you going to justify, what else do you need to see? This man beat this woman to a pulp. Family, this is why she saw the video. She saw the video. Listen, family, this is why we got to be on code about not letting them have a dual system of justice. This right here, this is why we have to stop co-signing white supremacists when they attack black folks. This is the problem. When y'all sit up here with these white supremacists and allow them to protect white predators, white criminals, by deflecting onto black people, this is what you create. Let me say this again. I want y'all to feel me. When we let these white supremacists take the heat off white predators, abusers, and criminals by deflecting onto black people, because that's what they do. They attack black folks with all these Me Too movements. That's a let's attack and prosecute black folks movement. When you allow that, you're saying I'm complicit in a dual system where we're going to give white supremacy a pass. So when you are out here, fuck R. Kelly, fuck him, you don't do that with the white supremacists. We do that among each other, and we'll handle R. Kelly, which is, if you wanted to handle him, we would have done it a long time ago. You don't join with them when they snap their fingers and we start attacking black folks for them, when they're not going to do the same for their own. We haven't learned that code yet. You're not doing anything slick or fly by attacking black folks with them. You think you're going to get some extra butter biscuits, and what you're doing, you're showing them that giving a pass to white supremacy is something that you're down with. That's the main reason why we have first them. If we're going to start attacking people, let's get all these people in your community first. We ain't skipping over all them to cherry pick the black folks to attack. Because when you do that, you justify having a system of racially based justice. So now, when all the Me Too crowd and we don't attack white zaddy crowd, when y'all sit up here shitting on black men and giving white men a pass, these same white men turn around and whoop your ass. Now all of a sudden, you won't hear nothing from Tarana Burke. You don't hear a damn thing from Me Too. When a sister gets her ass whooped like that by this damn white supremacist, you ain't heard none from Now, Me Too, Time's Up. You don't hear a goddamn thing from none of them. When daddy done whoop you and beat you to a pulp on camera and got a slap on the damn wrist, where all this intersectionality at now? Where is it now? Where is all that we in this together? It's Women's Month. Where are all your women allies and all these people you invited to the barbecue? Where are they at now? Be on code. These women are on code with white daddy. They're on code with them. Let me explain something to y'all. Black folks, we gotta learn not to be the dumbest folks in the room. When you are dealing with these white supremacist women, with the whole Me Too and all that, notice none of the white men are going to jail. They're only putting black folks in and out of jail. Bill Cosby's in jail. They talking about OJ, all that stuff. R. Kelly's going to jail every week. I was arguing with one of those Me Too white women the other day. She was talking about, well, this is not about race. Our movement has brought down several white men. What white men have you brought down? Clearly, name a white man you put in jail. Well, we caused a lot of white men to lose their jobs. Woman, what you did was help white men get severance packages. What the hell you mean brought down? You bring the white men down by having them switch positions and get transferred and then get millions of dollars in severance packages. Do you know all these white men who these white women are quote unquote attacking? They get cashed out, like Bill O'Reilly got cashed out. Harvey Weinstein getting cashed out. All these dudes are getting all types of severance packages. That's how you brought them down? They're getting tens of millions of dollars while Cosby's in jail. See, it's equal. We brought them down by helping them get millions of dollars. Les Moon, there's all these people. See, watch the words. They think they're slick. They try to play dumb. They think that they're slick. See, what it is, when they attack white men, it's all about, hey, white man, share some of that money with us. Jail is for the Negroes. Jail is for the Negroes. See, when white women attack white men, it's like, we're going to all practice white supremacy. I just need more of the spoils of war. I need you to share some more of that money with us. That's why they ain't gonna let the white man go to jail now. I ain't gonna. That's why ain't nothing gonna happen to Harvey Weinstein. Nothing is happening to Harvey Weinstein. They're just trying to quietly get this man's charges dropped. He ain't going to nobody's jail. They're about to start divvying some of that little money up to some of these women. This is a money grab. That's what some of these sisters who's around these white supremacist women need to understand. It's these women who, and they know that, but they have so much hatred and vitriol for black men and black society. And let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. All of these women who's around the Me Too, that whole crowd, that shea butter crowd, many of these are these immigrants. Many of these are these first and second gen immigrants who they don't like black men or black women. I really want y'all to understand that whole Me Too crowd, the shea butter Twitter and feminine, most of those are these immigrant women who cannot stand American black women. That's why they've never done anything for you. They cannot stand American black women. They think that you're beneath them. They can't wait to replace you. They think that you're hood rats. That's why they come and try to, they mimic black, so-called black dialect. I want y'all to peep. Y'all remember that Nigerian chick Lovey, that she can, who's calling black folks Akata and all that. Remember that interview she did? She said something very interesting, and I want y'all to pick up on this. Oh yeah, they really hate light-skinned women too, but that's another thing. But that Lovey chick said, yeah, when I came to America, I remember trying to fit in, so I started talking like everybody else. I thought that was very interesting that she said that. And I noticed with Lovey, she over-exaggerates a lot of slang. Who do that though? What that is though? I noticed she over-exaggerates a lot of slang. I picked up on this from a lot of these immigrants. They over-exaggerate black slang, what they think is black slang. I saw that other chick who was on one of those Love and Hip Hop shows, that Jessie Wu chick. She was talking some shit about D.L. Hughley. She took on this real urban hood rat, vernacular tonish thing in her voice. But then I found out she's like a Haitian immigrant. So I noticed, yeah, Amanda Seales, she does that too. That's why her special was I Be Knowing. That was the name of her comedy special, I Be Knowing. See, notice they use this overly exaggerated Ebonic slang. Notice that? They get into this whole voice inflection thing that's extremely exaggerated. And notice and this is another thing I picked up on. By listening to people like Kodak Black and a lot of these other immigrants, especially down in Florida, how they talk. Fuck this shit, bitch, nigga, go out there and do that. I noticed, look at a lot, I want y'all to really peep this. This is something that I really thought about. Where they get that talk from? A lot of people who get that talk, that overly exaggerated broken English, where the hell does that come from? 21 Savage talks like that. And we found out he's an immigrant. He wasn't born over here. And I've been saying this for years. Have y'all noticed a lot of people, some of these people with this crazy, insane vernacular in their voice, a lot of these people are not really from here. And it's not a Southern thing, because look, I grew up in the South. Listen to me. And I've talked about this before. I grew up in the South. I grew up down in Birmingham, Alabama, and Leeds, Alabama. I don't talk like that. Nobody in my family talks like that. That's not a Southern thing. That's a goddamn lie. That is not a Southern thing. That is not a Southern thing. No, it's not. That is a lie. The way these niggas are talking now, that ain't a Southern thing. That's something else. That is not a Southern thing. I challenge you to look at old footage, because I'm a historian. I look at a lot of old footage from the South and all that. Black folks didn't talk like that back then. Black people didn't talk like that in the South. You look at even some of those civil rights marches, black folks weren't talking like that in the South. I challenge you to go find some footage from the 60s, from the 50s. You don't hear no black folk, man, they beat, fuck that shit, beat, you got down, go up there, God, earn these guns up here, shout it. Nobody talked like that in the South back then. Don't put that on the South. See, that's the thing. They try to dump dumb shit on the South. No. No, no, no. Don't put that on the South. No. You had brothers and sisters who knew how to speak. You had Tuskegee down there in Alabama. You had some of the greatest minds in black society coming out of Alabama. You didn't have people talk all crazy like that. That minstrel. No. That's very recent. That type of talk is very recent. Man, I have listened to recordings of slaves in the 1930s where the Library of Congress interviewed a lot of slaves, and they weren't even talking like that. Plies does not talk like that. And I love Plies. Plies is funny. Do you know Plies doesn't talk like that? There was a whole joke with Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, there's video of Plies sounding like a damn Rhodes Scholar. Plies exaggerates, for comedic effect. Plies does not talk like that for real, for real. You did? There's interviews with Plies where he's sounding like a damn English professor. That's the thing. A lot of dudes kind of put that voice inflection thing on for show. Yeah, Plies is a very intelligent dude. You got intelligent, articulate, my man. David Banner's from Mississippi. David Banner don't talk like that. There's dudes who talk with a southern accent, but it ain't on that big up, down, over, down, and I got that three there. No. Even T.I. is very country. He has a very country accent, but T.I. be using every word in the damn dictionaries. T.I. is articulate as hell. T.I. is a smart dude. Killer Mike has a southern accent. He don't be talking that dumbass talk. Very intelligent brother. You dig? A lot of these folks, they take on... These are people who are really outsiders of black society. I want you to start looking at these folks. When I start looking at them and I start looking at their background, a lot of these folks come from other places. And then what happens, they come around us and then they get into this exaggerated speech of what they think that a black person should sound like. Just like white people. It's just like, you ever see white people who grew up in the hood? They talk more ghetto than a black person. They talk more Ebonics, just like white folks get around black folks. Shawty, what up there, shawty? You dig? Yeah, you watch these folks, man. You watch these people. Cardi B, she's another one. Her stuff is very exaggerated. Very over the top and exaggerated. Yeah? So yeah, we gotta watch these folks, man. When I hear these because these dudes, I be hearing interviews of some of these dudes, and they be sounding so coonish. There was one dude I saw who Vlad interviewed. I forgot what his name was. But this dude sounded like something from Central Casting of Samboing. When they were asking him about dating black women, I don't like no black bitch. I'm already black as fuck. I'm as black as fuck. I don't want no black bitch. Hey, where this nigga come from? Where the hell is he from? What's that dude's name? Where is he from? That dude from somewhere else. Glock 9, where is he from? There's no way he can be from here. His family got to be from somewhere else. Where's Glock 9 from? I do not believe he's a foundational black American. That wasn't Kodak. No, that was another dude. Yeah? I know he's from Florida. But where's his family from? Yeah? See, notice a lot of remember, down there in Florida, you got a lot of people who've immigrated from all over the place. You got a lot of cats in Florida who has immigrated from other places, and that's where you hear some of those crazy-ass accents coming out of Florida. Yeah? That's where you see them crazy-ass accents coming out of Florida that I ain't never heard before. You haven't heard these accents since the last 20 years. That's when you start hearing them. Not really even, the last 20 years. Yeah? Glock 9 is Filipino? That dude? Really? Oh, let me look that up. That dude is Filipino? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me look that up. Because, he talking like that, you can't be from here originally. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Y'all, bear with me. Let me see something. 1 second. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, I ain't seeing nothing about this dude. Hold on. Let me see if it's the same guy. Hold on. I'm looking at this. Oh, wait. Is this dude? Wait. Is this the right guy? Hold on. Are we talking about the same dude? Hold on. I'm looking up certain dude. Hold on. There's 2 Glock 9s. I don't know. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Oh, we're talking about 2 different people. There's somebody else. Okay. It's 2 Glock 9s. Okay. It's one for, okay. Y'all talking about a Filipino dude. Okay. No, it's 2 different dudes. 2 different dudes. Okay, yeah, it's 2 different dudes we're talking about. Yeah, the dudes with the dreads. Yeah. And Glock 9 from Florida. Yeah. The one he was talking about how he black and ugly. I'm like, what the hell? He don't want no black woman because he's already black and ugly. I'm like, God damn. And Kodak was talking that same stuff too. He was talking about how he ugly and all this old stuff. God damn. These niggas, man. But yeah, I guess this Glock 9 dude is signed to Cash Money. Yeah? Yeah, he signed to Cash Money. Yeah, and I'm looking, he got a mugshot, so he was arrested. His name is Jaquavius Smith. All right? They got him for like some marijuana or something stupid. So okay, so he's a Caribbean cat. Okay, yeah. Again, yeah. So when I hear those accents, it's no. That's not us. Yeah, that ain't us. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got to be very, very. This is why I like to differentiate to a certain foundational Black American. See, this is why I circle our wagons to a certain degree because I don't want everybody dumping all of these other groups onto us, even though we're all in the system of white supremacy. But certain people's behavior patterns, man, when it's crazy, we ain't got to take ownership of it. And yeah, Tekashi 6ix9ine, that's another one. Yeah, a lot of these folks, man, they're not native Black Americans. When you hear these crazy ass accents where you can barely, it's almost another damn coon language. No. And see what happens, cats come over here with this coon speak, and then they be like, oh, look at how Black folks are talking. Then we got to answer for this coon speak? No, we don't talk like that. No, that's why I'm like, we're going to have to let some of these folks hold their own nuts. Don't put that on us. Foundational Black Americans, we value articulation. We do. So that's another thing we're going to have to start cleaning up our image and not letting people dump their garbage on us. Just like that dude up there in New York. They caught that dude. What's my wife doing? Come here, Lexi. They caught that dude who kicked that woman on a train. Some dude started kicking this woman on a train. Now, he said that the woman had threatened him and his lady or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. But that dude kicked the woman on the train. It went viral. And his name is Mark Lopez. So he must be like a Puerto Rican or a Dominican. Mark Gomez. I'm sorry. Gomez. I'm sorry. Mark Gomez. So he's some type of Dominican or Puerto Rican. So don't put him on us. Don't put him on us. Because we don't, generally, if we ain't on crack, we ain't going to kick nobody in the head, especially no old lady. Even if we had a beef with her, we ain't doing that. So yeah, don't put those Negroes on us. They arrested the dude. Good riddance. But don't put that on us, though. Don't put that Negro on us. Yeah, you kicking a lady in the head like that, then yelling World Star. No. Do not put that on us, and don't put World Star on us either. World Star, that was a website launched by somebody who was not a foundational Black American. All these gossip sites with all this gossipy filth on it, that's not really us either. You dig? Yeah, he looks black, that's why they put him on us. Yeah, but I'm differentiating that he ain't one of us. He's not a foundational Black American. Yeah? So we got to start letting folks know, no, we cool on some of these people. They do not represent us they don't represent us with their janky ass actions. You dig? And another thing, these other groups, and this is why we just got to really circle our wagons, and we got to stop arguing with all these other groups about ADOS and Foundational Black Americans. Look, a lot of these people are just like the white supremacists. The white supremacists love doing TWT. That means time-wasting trolling. They've weaponized that. They love wasting your time because if you're arguing with them nonstop about nonsensical nothing burgers, then you're not going to be focused on what you need to do to empower yourself. That's why you're going to have to limit your arguments with folks, especially these arguments that's simply designed to waste your time. The white supremacists are very good at doing that, and now you have all these other groups, these non-foundational Black American groups who are doing the same thing. You have a lot of these groups who like to start these pointless arguments with us talking about, well, y'all ADOS is y'all anti-immigrant, y'all anti-African. So what? If they think that, so what? I don't give a damn who thinks that. I'm not going to sit up and just argue back and forth. No matter how much you explain it, they're going to still play dumb, and they're playing dumb so they can waste your time. I don't even go there with nobody. I'm not going to even entertain that. Because we've answered that multiple times. That's nothing but a deflection talking point. They know it's not true, but they just keep saying it, and we keep answering it. We can just argue in a circle nonstop. I am not answering no dumbass questions like that or any dumbass arguments like that. It's a pointless argument. Because if we're arguing about do we like them or not, we ain't focusing on getting this paper. That's all I'm focused on. So if you think that, go knock yourself out, but you're going to think it over there. Because I'm not even having a conversation with you about what I'm supposed to get here. We're supposed to get something. It really doesn't have anything to do with you, and I ain't about to argue with you because it's pointless to argue with you. Because it's too easy to debunk them, and once you debunk them, okay, I didn't win nothing. I done wasted my time debunking somebody, and where's my prize in debunking you? So it's nothing but a time-wasting mechanism. Because on my live, I would have people call up to my live to kind of give, okay, what's your counter argument to black folks in America really going to get what's deserving to us? We're going to get what we're supposed to get. So what's your counter argument? And there's always some old ignorant, silly garbage that can be debunked in 2 seconds. You dig? So I'm like, okay, why am I arguing with you? And it's basically just a bunch of goofy-ass trolls just trying to get attention any way they can. So I'm not about to give nobody some attention just because they want it, just so they can get our focus off what we need to do. Everybody hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it. There's too many folks in here to not have hit that subscribe button. We here heavy. We got 2,000 likes. We're almost 6,000 people in the room right now. But family, it's nothing to argue about. Look, being an American descendant of slaves, that's not a club or a gang, or it's not an organization that you can join or not join. We're talking about a lineage. People are acting like this is some kind of supper club. It ain't. We're talking about a lineage, a bloodline. We're talking about a bloodline that leads to the foundations of America. Either you have that foundation or you don't. The hell am I going to argue with you about? We're talking about my lineage. The hell, you don't know nothing. I know my lineage. Both sides of my family come from plantations in this country that built the wealth. What is there to argue about? What am I arguing with somebody about that for? About my family's bloodline and what's owed to me and others like me. What the hell am I arguing with you about? Really, what are you arguing about? So somebody come over here with that fuck somebody with some fucked up accent talking Ebonics who ain't really from here. What am I arguing with them for? Man, you don't want no Pan-Africanism. What the hell has that got to do with what I'm doing over here? The hell does that have to do with my bloodline leading to the foundation of America? What does that have to do with that? Man, y'all just make it seem like y'all don't like people from Sierra Leone. It's always some old bullshit ass argument, some straw man, Sambo Babble argument. Like, okay. It's the same argument. They have no argument, so they make up something. Notice there is no real argument. They always have to make up something that was never said. Just like when they get on Joy Reid. Yes, you got a lot of people, like that one dude with the individual braids. Yeah, you got a lot of people out here talking about they want reparations for American descendants of slaves. But what it's really about them supporting Trump. Then they start, I don't even entertain that. Because you can't address that directly. You can't address it directly. Well, they're talking about reparations, but what it really is, this is really about COINTELPRO and Russian bots trying to disrupt the Democratic Party. Sambo babble. Sambo babble. You dig? And then, what's interesting, you got some of these non-black immigrants trying to chime in. I seen a lot of Asian cats come in talking about, because we've been shutting them down. One cat was talking about, well, I think some Asian dude, I forgot what his name was Well, I think it's too late for reparations right now because, dude, what do you mean it's too late for black folks to get reparations? It wasn't too late for the Japanese to get reparations. It's not too late. The hell you mean it's too late? Who determines who it's too late for? The hell does that mean? And I've had some Latino immigrants hit me up talking about they never owned slaves. Why do they have to pay? Man, your whole existence here is because we paid. What the hell are you talking about? Black folks, understand this. These nonsensical arguments people are trying to throw out there. Dude, if you are from any other country, Latino, wherever you're from, the fact that you are here is because we built a country and we built the wealth of the country so that you could have a place to hop on a boat and come on over here and enjoy the wealth. We built the American dream for you. The American dream means all groups can come over here and benefit off the free labor that black people created. That's what the American dream is. We did all the hard work. Let's be real. And let's stop lumping ourselves with other groups. We are so different. We are not like any other groups. We built the wealth of this country. We did all the hard work so that everybody else can float through. I don't want to hear nothing about how hard they had to pull themselves up. Y'all didn't do nothing. You got off a boat and started eating. You got off of a boat and started eating because we fixed the table for you already. Man, don't ever let nobody, some Johnny come lately, come tell black folks what the hell they need to do. Well, I made it. I came over. My grandma came over here with $2 to her name and she pulled herself up by the bootstraps. My grandma came over from Ireland. She came over and she did it. She didn't have anything. Let me tell you something. She didn't have to have anything but whiteness. When you got here, being white was a come up. That's why she left Ireland. Wasn't nothing popping in Ireland. You didn't get it popping in Ireland. You were over there eating potato soup, starving, picking lice out your scalp. And you got on a boat and came over here and ate. DJ Vlad likes to talk about how his family is Russian. Yeah, Vlad, I know you're listening. Hey, man, my family's Russian. Hey, hey, man, hey, we didn't own slaves. Hey, my family's Russian. And your broke ass family came over here eating off us, dude. They came over eating off us. You came here because it wasn't popping where you were. The goodies were here that we put on the table for you. You came over here because the goodies were here. Y'all strapped up, packed up your little knapsacks, got piled up on a boat, and came over here because we set the goodies up for you. You dig? Y'all been eating off us from day one. The minute y'all family got over here, they were eating off us. Let's just keep it 100. Well, y'all blacks sound like you want a handout. White supremacy is a handout. Y'all wanted a handout when we gave out all that free labor we were never paid for and all the wealth that was accumulated and passed down to these other groups. That was the handout. Jim Crow was the handout. All you had to do was show up and be white. You had the Homestead Act where you had thousands of acres of land given to white people just because they were white. Don't tell me about no damn handout. White supremacy is the ultimate handout. See, don't let all these other groups try to come in. Well, I'm a Latino. We work hard. If you work hard like we work hard, you would have the same thing. Man, if you don't sit your ass down, let me tell you something. Don't let the Latinos run that stuff on you too. Because I say this. Name a Latino country that did anything significant without the help of black people. I'm talking about any Latino country over here in the Western Hemisphere. Name it. Name anything they've done significant throughout history that wasn't assisted by black people. Come on. I want, that's an answer. Let's hear one. I ain't shitting on Latinos, but I'm not going to have them try to point the finger at black folks as if you've done anything significant without us. Cuba is a black country, dude. Cuba is a black country. Argentina came up off black labor. Argentina came up and got its wealth from black labor. Even the tango dance was created by black folks. All of their culture was created by black people. You dig? Then they purged the black people out of it after black people created the culture there. Yeah, Argentina, they had a program to exterminate the black people after we built the wealth and the culture of Argentina. Yeah, it's very white now. I've been to Argentina before. I took a plane at a layover there. It's very white now. They purged all the black people out after we built the culture. Yeah? Look up the culture. Look at Cuba. Look at the culture of Cuba. All that is black. All the culture of Cuba is black. All the food, all the stuff, that's black stuff, dude. All the food in Cuba, everything cultural about them drums, Santeria, all that stuff is black. All the culture of Cuba is black, dude. Let's be real. Look at these places and look at their culture. Let's go to Mexico. The Spanish, we got the Spanish off their asses. It was people like Gaspar Yanga, a black dude. Vicente Guerrero was the one that helped them get their independence. That was a black dude. Yeah? Come on now. Panama Canal, all that stuff. All their culture comes from black folks, especially Latino culture. Because hell, when you look at Spanish culture, we can go all the way to Spain. Spanish culture wouldn't be shit without the Moors. That's why Spain led the world domination thing. They got all their game and their influence from the Moors. They got all their knowledge from the Moors. The Moors had a stronghold there, so they left all of that information and all that culture to help them leave. Dude, I've been to Costa Rica. Do you know this? African statues all over Costa Rica. I've been to Costa Rica before. They got these black statues and African statues everywhere in Costa Rica. You dig? So yeah, look at the culture of all these folks. Look at the culture. Yeah, the Moors went in there and stopped the plague from wiping out the people in Europe. You dig? Yeah, if it wasn't for the Moors, there would be no Renaissance in Europe. Yeah, so we can take it all the way back to the Spanish and how the Moorish influence there. That was the culture of Spain. Yeah, so we got to know who we are and not let people, talk crazy to us and talk down to us, telling us about what we need to do and don't need to do again. And we're everybody's come up. We are everybody's come up. Everybody has used us as a stepping stone, and that's just not going to happen no more. We're going to stop letting people use us as a stepping stone, and we're going to use our own power to big up ourselves. And we need to. We're This is a very pivotal moment right now in history. We literally can't be on the kumbaya train no more. We can't afford that. This is our survival we're talking about now. So these white supremacists and their minions are against us. And we have to get tangibles. If we do not get tangibles, we have to abandon their system. We cannot participate in a system that no longer works for us because it's an unjust system. And the system is decidedly anti-black. Participating in a decidedly anti-black system is suicide. So we were participating in this system without us getting tangibles. That's the equivalent of suicide. That makes no sense for us to do. That's the equivalent of suicide. Listening to some of these trickle-down, lift-all theories, that's suicide at this point. That's suicide. When somebody's coming to us saying, hey, we ain't going to give you nothing, but we're going to give you a trickle-down program that's going to disproportionately affect you. No. Right there, somebody's trying to get you to commit suicide. That's how serious we got to be. If somebody wants to sit up and have a circular argument with you about you looking out for yourself and your group, they're trying to convince you to sit out and wait for your suicide. No. Yeah, don't be distracted by that Mueller. That report means I don't care nothing about that. That Mueller report that has nothing to do with us don't mean nothing. We need to get the bag. Who's giving us cash? Who's giving us money? We need the bag. We need cash payments like other groups have received. I don't want no hugs. I don't want no truth and reconciliation. I don't want no more apologies. I don't want no marches. I don't want to go to Selma. I don't want to hear about no trickle down. I don't want no free education. That's another trick. Don't ever let them fool you with that free education. It means nothing unless you get a bag to go with it. That free education don't mean nothing, nothing, nothing. They've been running that game on us for the longest. That free education don't mean nothing if you do not have an economic base to go with that. You know, give us the money, we'll get the land. Give us the money. We need checks, regular checks. That's what we need. Do not be afraid to say it. See, we think we're going to offend people. Fuck them. Let them be offended. They're shooting your damn children in the back. What the hell are you worried about them being offended? I really wish black people get off this thing where we're afraid of offending people and your kids are getting shot in the damn back. And people are sitting around twiddling their thumbs. These sisters are getting beat up in the street by white men. And another thing, brothers, if you sitting up filming this stuff while somebody's getting their ass whooped, you need your ass whooped too. If you see an elderly person get hemmed up or some sisters get hemmed up and you sitting there giggling, yelling world star, you need your ass kicked too. Y'all got to cut that out. See, black folks, we think, okay, white folks are going to be mad at us. They's going to be mad at us if we ask for some money because you know they don't want you to have nothing. So we try to stay broke so we can make everybody else comfortable. No, I ain't comfortable. Our lives don't have to revolve around making white supremacists comfortable, making anti-black racists comfortable. That's slave talk. We don't need, dude, I don't care. You know what else was uncomfortable? Slavery. Slavery was uncomfortable. Jim Crow was uncomfortable. Lynchings were uncomfortable. Black folks' land getting stolen from them was uncomfortable. Redlining was uncomfortable. Denied home loans were uncomfortable. Denied jobs were uncomfortable. The civil rights movement getting dog sicked on you was uncomfortable. There's a lot of stuff that's uncomfortable. Don't give a damn about them not liking what we talking about. The hell, I don't give a damn. Hell, your whole existence has been uncomfortable. Don't care about them getting offended. Let them get offended. Yeah, Tuskegee was uncomfortable. Y'all get off this stuff about being scared. And also, just because some white people are being nice to you, you don't have to forfeit over everything. The minute somebody white is nice to you, black folks get to melting. Your hardened spirit get to melting. And all of a sudden, racism don't exist no more because some white person was nice to you. You can be nice. You can be cordial. You ain't got to be a Sambo. You can be nice and you can be comfortable. You can be cordial with people. You don't have to be a Sambo. Oh, Lord, they ain't like everybody else. No, you ain't got to be like that. The other day, I was yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I got to get the tire on my car checked. But my light came on, and it said I got to put some air in my left front tire. So I'm driving, and I go to the little AM/PM store. And it was already a car pulled up to it, but it was an old white lady. She was looking around confused, so I was waiting on her, but I don't know, she might be waiting on somebody. So I pulled my car up, and I started putting air in my tire. So the old white lady, she didn't know, I guess, how to put air in a tire. So she's like, "Sir, can you help me put air in my tire? I don't know how to do it." I said, "Sure, I'll help you." So I put the air in my tire, and then I went around. I said, "Where's your tire?" "It's right here. I don't know if it's low." So I still had air left in mine. So I put some air in her tire. "Thank you so much. I just really don't know how to do it. And I didn't know if the car was low or whatever." So I put it in. I said, "No problem." I put air in her tire. I'm done. And then I got up and tried to give me $5. I said, "No, ma'am. It's fine. I insist." "No, ma'am. I don't want your $5. She tried to tip me. She did try to tip me. I refused. We kind of went back and forth about it. I would have felt like a coon if I would have took the $5, though. That's why Lord, no. I would have felt like a coon. And low key, the way she kept trying to force the $5 on me like I needed it. I'm like, "Lady, I'm about to." I insist. I'm like, "Lady, I live in a mansion, 2 house. No, I'm just my house. I live in a $2 million house. I didn't want to say." She kept trying to force it like I really needed it. I almost got offended. I didn't want to say nothing, but she kept trying to force it like I needed it because I'm dressed down. I don't look like I live in a $2 million house. So, no, I want to really give it to you. And the more she tried to offer, I felt a little driving Miss Daisy about it. "Oh, no, Miss Daisy. Ooh, this is some good money right here. I love you." It got into a driving Miss Daisy vibe for a minute. I'm like, "Damn, you really trying to get this $5 to a nigga?" "Lord, with this much money, I'll drive you around and we'll read the green book together." I'm like, "All right, okay, no ma'am, I'm good. I promise you I'm good." Then I thought about I'm like, wait, this could be reparations. Hold on. I started thinking about it. I'm like, could this be some reparations? Or could it be like a little coon budget? That's what I'm thinking. And like she was giving it like, here you go, buy yourself a nice juicy watermelon. And I'm like, oh. So I don't know. Could have been reparations or like a little coon per diem. Because she was giving it like, look, I know you can go get you some Popeye's chicken with this $5, nigga. You know you want it. I'm like, oh God, lady, I really don't need it. I really don't need the $5. I don't need it. You sure? You can go buy you some Afro Sheen. Your head looked a little peasy on the side, nigga. You sure you don't need it? You sure you don't need to go get some Slits malt liquor with this $5? Ma'am, I don't need it. I'm good. You sure they got a good sale on butter biscuits? Just take it. I insist. No, ma'am. I'm good. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I was kind of looking, okay, could this be a little reparations payment? Man, I wasn't coon. I didn't take it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, if I take it, I'm going to feel like a coon. That's why I didn't take it. I'm like, because she thinks I really need it. So if I take it, I'm going to feel coonish. Yeah. But as Neely Fuller said, we should get money from them. We should. Because they're the ones, they control money, so we should give them. So I low-key should have took it, you know, but I just didn't want to feel like a driving Miss Daisy Coon. That's the only reason I would have took it, you know. But just the way she kind of offered it to me, she had a look in her eye like, look. She was looking at me like, look, I know you need it. You and your little Negro family, you probably got some little kids that haven't eaten in years. Go buy them some noodles, some ramen noodles with this. She had that look like I really needed it. I'm like, oh, lady, look, I'm good. But it's shout out to that white lady who offered me the $5. Shout out to the white lady. But you know, I didn't want to drive around reading the Green Book with her. Man. Neely Fuller said to not help white people for free. Yeah, she gave it to me like she wanted me to cut a jig for you. Ooh, thank you, ma'am. I'll do a little tap dancing for you. Oh, God. Man. So what if it was $20? Now, I probably would have took the 20. Yeah, I probably would have took that 20. Because I needed to go to the ATM that day. That would have saved me a trip to the ATM. Yeah. Man. So that would have been the Shiggy challenge. Man. Say ramen doesn't digest. But yeah, man, look, don't be afraid to say to people in the dominant white society, we need that money. They're the ones who have it. They're the ones who have it. But again, even if we don't get it, we still have our own group economics too. Let's be very clear. We do have our own group economics that we utilize. Yeah, everybody hit the subscribe button. Come on now. It's a lot of y'all in here. A lot of you are not my subscribers yet. It's 6,000 folks of y'all in here. Hit that subscribe button. All right? Everybody hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want this shirt, the North Sentinel Island shirt, go to TariqElite.com and also go to HiddenColorsFilm.com. And again, I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to get the crowdfunding going for the Buck Breaking movie because so many people are trying to talk me out of it. I'm like, damn. So I'm still trying to decide. But let me get y'all again, for the time being, go get these shirts. Go to TariqElite.com. Let me put the link in the room. You can get the Ho Yon Nut shirts. You can get the Hotep shirts. You can get the North Sentinel Island shirts. A lot of good stuff you guys can get. Okay? A lot of good stuff you can get. And that's at TariqElite.com. TariqElite.com. Yeah, I saw that thing where they're talking about white South Africans are getting mad because they are poor and the blacks are getting richer. That's such a damn lie. That is a lie in South Africa. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's propaganda. That is a lie. The black people over there are still in them shanty towns and the white people over there are living it up. That's not true. And my brothers and sisters need to be ready for them white supremacists if they try to attack them. You did? Man. But anyway, let me get out of here, y'all. Hit the subscribe button again. We need 100,000 followers on here. I had 100,000 followers on my other channel, but I need 100,000 followers on here. You did. We can get that if everybody, all you guys just subscribe right now. We'll be good to go. All right, but let me get up out of here, man. I'm going to holler at you guys on Wednesday's show.